guys, so welcome to this new look. The first thing I'm going to be doing is priming my eyes with the Too Faced Shadow Insurance as usual. I apologize in advance for my voice. I'm still a little bit hoarse because I've had a really bad throat infection for the last week and I've really been unwell, so please excuse that. So the first step in this tutorial is going to be taking my furless shader brush and applying Bone from the KVD Metal Matte palette all across the lid, lash line to brow bone. I find this is really beneficial because not only does it help the shadows stick to the primer, but it keeps the blendability. Speaking of blendability, I'm going to be picking up my MAC 224 and a little bit of Suede, and I'm going to be using that as a transition shade. Just willy-nilly, buffing that around everywhere. There is no technique to this, just slap it on that crease, girl. And I'm going to be following up on the other eye. You can see the color a little bit better from this angle. Apologies, I'm still trying to kind of figure out my lighting right now, and yeah, it's still not quite like real life accurate, but you know, we're getting there. And if you guys have any tips, please feel free to give me some advice and constructive criticism. Alright, so taking this really cute little, it's kind of like a natural fiber shader pencil brush thing, I'm going to be dipping into the color Velvet, which is so beautiful. It's actually funny because it doesn't come up that patchy naturally on the lid, but I had just cleaned my brushes, and this brush happened to be still a little bit damp, so it actually applied the shadow patchier than it naturally does apply if you weren't lazy AF like me and didn't wait for your brushes to dry. So there's that. So then I'm just taking a MAC 217, I'm just blending everywhere that I applied the Velvet eyeshadow, just making sure to soften everything out into that transition shade. Continuing in with that blending color, I actually picked up a little bit of Suede just to really help out with that blending, just to make everything nice and soft. I go between kind of like swirling motions and back and forth motions, but I'm really controlling where my blending is going. That way I still have a little bit of room between the top of that transition shade and where my brow bone is. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be reintroducing that Velvet on that same little pencil brush, just because, as I'm sure you all know, sometimes when you blend, the opacity of the eyeshadow kind of wears away a little bit while you're trying to create that gradient. So just keep going back and forth between your blending brush, which should have no additional product on it, and that Velvet color, just to make sure that you're getting the gradiency that you really like, and you're getting a look that you're satisfied with. So to soften the blend, this is my little trick, I like to take a shadow that I used on my lid and just gently bring it down from the brow bone to connect those two shades. Now I'm just going to zip through this other eye here because, I mean, you saw the technique on the other eye and I just wanted to kind of show you what I did in these steps, but it would have made this video a hell of a lot longer if I had not put this at like ultra crazy speed. Alright, so we're back to normal speed just to finish that section off. Now this is a really good tip if you want to check. So as you can see, that eye is a little bit higher up as far as blending as the other eye is concerned. So what I like to then do is take that blending brush with no additional product on it and just very softly blend. Now, when my brush fell off camera there, I just was wiping it on a towel just because I noticed there was a little bit of excess product that I didn't want. And then going in with that softening trick that I used with my furless shader brush, just soften that down and just make sure that you're really getting the gradient that you want, because this is the most important part of the eye look and it really does matter, and it does, I don't know, it's worth it to me taking that extra time and just really getting those details and really making sure that everything is to your liking. That may just be detail-oriented me though, I don't know. Okay, so this is what all the crease work should look like as of right now. The next thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking my Real Techniques accent brush and I'm going to be going in with the color Flash. Now I didn't apply this wet, I wanted to apply it dry, which is why it didn't kind of pop with like a bang when I first applied it. But we're going to build it up slowly just so that we can really create that kind of false effect that you have a bigger eyelid than you really do. I do this all the time because I have a hooded eye. It's a great trick to make it appear like you actually have more eyelid than you really do, and you know, us hooded lid peeps, that's the dream. So now I'm just going over with Twinkle, and I'm going to be creating kind of like a purpley silvery gradient over into that velvet color. Just using the same accent brush. You don't need to use a ton of brushes here. Work smarter, not harder. It's a little trick someone gave me the other day. And just soften it to the desired shape that you want. I went for a little bit more of a circular shape, but whatever you're most comfortable with. And then going back in with that same little pencil brush that had the velvet on it, with no additional product, I'm just going to, again, soften the sides to really, really perfect that gradient. You can just fix it. I don't know, I'm just fussing right now. Okay, so for my brows, I'm going to be going in first with the Benefit Browvo Conditioning Brow Primer. I love this product. I just recently started using it, and it's an amazing primer and growth formula. Love it, thumbs up. And then I'm going in with my favorite. I literally use Gimme Brow every single day. I'm using shade number 5. This is just the ultimate brow product if you want bold brows, if you want natural brows, if you want more texture in your brows. Honestly, every single human being with eyebrows that does their eyebrows should have Gimme Brow. So then I'm just going to take a little bit of oak on my little craft store angled brush here, and I'm just going to do some light definition in the brows. I didn't want to go full power brow today because I really, really wanted that emphasis to be on the eye look. So adding that little bit of oak into the eyebrows still creates that balance, but it's not going to overpower your eyes, and it's not going to distract somebody from that beautiful blending job that you just did. Alright, so for my complexion, I'm going to be going in with my Amorepacific cushion. I love cushions, especially for this kind of dewy look that I really want to be going for the skin today. Using my Real Techniques buffing brush, which is amazing for applying this product. I'm just going to be taking this and buffing it all over the skin. I don't really have a specific technique to this. They apply very evenly and very softly. I will warn you though, this is a bit of a sheer buildable coverage, so if you would like more coverage personally, then feel free to go in with whatever foundation you're comfortable with. Whatever you want, girl. This part's totally up to you. Okay, so for concealer, I'm going to be going into the Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer Creme in the shade L5 Neutral. And I'm going to be applying this very sparingly, just in the area where I kind of have a little bit of darkness-ish, I don't know. And I'm just going to be blending this out with my finger. I find this product is best blended out with a finger or a beauty blender. But again, if you're more comfortable using a brush, please feel free to do what makes you feel good and what's easier for you. This is just what's easier for me. Alright, so now I'm going in with the Urban Decay Perversion Black Eye Pencil, my holy grail eye pencil. And I'm just running that under the lash line, right kind of just in that outer third of the eye, because I find if you go all the way into the inner corner with the black, you can look a little bit panda. Now, panda's awesome, I do panda, but for this look, panda's not best. And then I'm just going to go back in and I'm going to take that little pencil brush that had all the dark eyeshadow on it and just blend it out. Again, you can blend this out as far down as you want to, but I really wanted to balance this eye look a little bit more and not take it too far down. Alright, so I'm going back in with no excess product on my brush, kind of the brush that we had all the little metal colors on, but I can't talk, and I'm just introducing that into the inner corner. Alright, so to prepare for mascara and false lashes, I am just applying a very slight little bit of eyeliner to the lash line. If this is not something you typically do, you don't have to do it, but I like to do it because I'm going to be using a pair of lashes with a black band on it, and I find that this really helps to conceal it. Speaking of lashes, I had a hell of a time doing these lashes. Let's just not go there. My lashes were not on fleek today. So just to prep, I'm doing mascara. Side note, I actually did this entire mascara application without a mirror. I'm awesome, just saying. I mean, I'm pretty fly for a white girl. I'm like, not bad. Yes, girl. Alright, so these are my disaster lashes. Sorry about the random winged liner. I got a little bit of lash glue and I struggled with kind of getting everything perfect, so I had to create a winged liner off camera. Again, I apologize for the inconsistency. Now I'm just bronzing my face with some Benefit Hoola bronzer. Beautiful. And here I go, fixing my lashes, because I'm anal. Alright, so for that glow, I'm dipping into Champagne Pop by BECCA. Girl, if you're in the makeup community, you know this. We all know this product. Just highlighting like a beast. Oh my god, yes! I wish I kept the audio on for that one. Alright, so the next color I'm going to be going into is the Charlotte Tilbury. This is the, it's kind of like a matte-ish. It's like a kind of a creamy matte lipstick in the color Secret Salma. Oh my god, you guys, I'm obsessed with this lipstick color. Another amazing trick that I like to do, which you can see here, is pop a little bit of Princess Lip Gloss by Buxom just on the center part of your lips, just to really kind of fake plumped up big lips, which I don't have. Sad face. Anywho, there you go. So this is the final look, and I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day. Like, comment, subscribe, you know the deal, and I will see you on the next one. Okay, thanks guys. Bye!